will be positive.
Her softness, and she's got
Her strength.
a little bit of my strength.
Is anyone else looking at the internet like, what is going on right now? People are suddenly acting like Ariana Grande needs to be rescued from Cynthia Erivo, and the comment sections are spinning out like it's some kind of mystery thriller. One tiny clip goes viral, somebody slaps dramatic music on it, and boom, Cynthia is controlling, starts trending like it's a confirmed documentary. And the wild part? This whole storm didn't even start with Ariana. It kicked off with her brother Frankie Grande hyping them up like they were Broadway royalty after that Oscar-defying gravity performance. Frankie was literally emotional on Instagram, calling it the gay Super Bowl, cheering them on like he just witnessed history. He adores their bond and never stops showing love. So clearly the people who actually know Ariana aren't stressing, but the internet? The internet is acting like it cracked some secret case. So here's the quick rundown because folks online swear they're detectives sorting through clues. Ariana and Cynthia have been everywhere together. Interviews, red carpets, behind-the-scenes moments. If one shifts an inch, the other is right there like it's choreographed. They're posting deep quotes, sharing poems, talking aura colors, and fans keep flipping these moments into romantic movie trailers like it's a slow burn storyline. And yes, Cynthia does step in fast whenever Ariana looks even slightly uncomfortable. If Ariana moves back or gets caught off guard, Cynthia is already leaning in like, I got this, before anybody else even clocks what's going on. These clips get edited, reposted, slowed down, and suddenly people are acting like they've uncovered some dramatic power dynamic plot. But really, it's giving more ride or die friendship than secret villain energy, no matter how dramatic the edits look.
Beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know.
Sorry.
She's getting the fix.
To describe each other's aura, what color would it be?
That's a nice question. An aura.
Yellow.
For me?
Sunshine. Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
And like also, I think there's also purple.
That's right.
Ariana really does get quieter whenever Cynthia is next to her. And you can see she lets Cynthia take the lead a lot, but it gives more comfortable with her friend than anything dramatic. It almost looks like she feels safer when they stay close. And people online are treating that like it's some big warning sign. Suddenly, a calm, supportive dynamic gets flipped into a whole crisis storyline. Like the internet turned their friendship into a full-blown psychological thriller overnight. But here's the real question. When two women are extremely tight, why does the internet instantly go into detective mode? Why can't folks just accept that some friendships are deep, emotional, and crazy supportive without forcing them into some red flag checklist? Fans hype up every soft moment between them, then twist it into the most extreme theory possible. Like people love a powerful Hollywood bond right up until they can't control the narrative anymore. And let's not forget something major here. Ariana and Cynthia are celebrating the biggest milestone of their entire careers right now. Wicked is not just some random movie. These films shattered records and became the most successful Broadway-to-film adaptations ever. Both Part 1 and Part 2 pulled in hundreds of millions around the world, and critics were praising the performances heavy. Even if folks debated whether the second film could match the first, that kind of success brings pressure, sure, but it also brings joy, relief, and a whole lot of pride. So, if they're clinging to each other a little tighter these days, maybe it's because they're proud of the mountain they just climbed. Maybe they're soaking in the fact that their dream actually came true. And about Cynthia, people talk like she just popped up from nowhere, when she's literally stacked with a Tony, a Grammy, and an Emmy, all earned from her powerhouse work in the color purple. She's been that talented and that respected. Long before the internet decided to make her the villain of a storyline she didn't even audition for. She co-produced the Tony-nominated play Fat Ham. She hosted the 2025 Tony Awards, and she's been respected in Broadway circles long before any of this drama popped off. Nobody was calling her controlling back then. Nobody was dragging her for being emotional or expressive. All that noise only started once she got close to Ariana Grande. Suddenly, the internet flipped the script like they discovered a hidden villain when really nothing about her energy changed. And let's keep it real, A lot of this outrage isn't even about protecting Ariana. It feels more like the internet projecting its own unresolved issues onto a friendship they don't understand at all. Because if you've ever had someone step in for you when you felt overwhelmed, or if closeness for you has always come with tension instead of comfort, then seeing someone else experience genuine support might look weird or suspicious. Folks start labeling comfort as control because they don't recognize what healthy protection actually looks like. And we can't dodge the uncomfortable truth sitting right in plain sight. The moment a Black woman shows leadership, confidence, or strong presence, the tone online shifts instantly. Words like possessive, intimidating, or too much start getting thrown around, while the same behavior coming from a white woman gets praised as loyalty, protection, and devotion. That double standard didn't magically appear this week. It's been creeping in the background, shaping how people react without them even realizing it.
This film is beautiful because get over her! Get over her!
So before anyone tries to turn a split-second glance or a tiny interaction into some type of hard evidence of control, there's something real important to remember. Ariana has openly dealt with anxiety in high-pressure spaces for years, and anyone who's watched her career knows how fast things can get overwhelming. Cameras flashing non-stop, microphones in her face, crowds staring at her every move. That kind of energy can flip from exciting to stressful in seconds. So when Cynthia steps in quick, it doesn't automatically mean dominance. It might just be instinct. It might be someone who knows her well enough to spot discomfort before she even says a word. That's not a warning sign. That's a real friend who moves with you, not over you. And now we get to the part the internet is obsessing over the most, the whole dependence storyline. Some fans swear Ariana can't go anywhere without Cynthia, acting like the two of them walking side by side is some kind of smoking gun. But think about it for a minute. If you were in the biggest press cycle of your entire career, with the whole world watching your body language, your facial expressions, your every breath, and if the person who makes you feel the safest is standing right next to you, why wouldn't you stay close? That's not suspicious. That's smart. And the funny part, this narrative didn't even start from anything shady. It kicked off because both Ariana and Cynthia skipped parts of the press run, not due to drama, but because Cynthia literally lost her voice. Ariana backed out in solidarity because she wasn't about to sit through interviews while her co-star was home recovering. That's loyalty, not manipulation, no matter how hard people try to twist it. Now let's get into these tour cancellation rumors, because the internet is running wild with this one. Reports are already floating around saying Ariana is thinking about canceling her 2026 Eternal Sunshine tour. Allegedly, she's worn out from non-stop criticism, and now she just tested positive for COVID. Health always comes first. That should be the end of the conversation. But of course, the internet has to flip it into something deeper. Head to the comments and you'll see people typing like they're cracking some undercover case. Oh, how convenient. Cynthia wants this so nobody questions her weird behavior with Ariana. How much power does that woman have over Ariana? Drop the obsession for God's sake. And there it is, the conspiracy mindset in full speed. Suddenly, Cynthia is a mastermind, pulling strings behind the scenes, plotting tour schedules like she's running a secret operation. But scroll a little further and the whole vibe flips. Some folks are out here saying she's just not trying to do these interviews without her bestie, and honestly, I respect it. And that makes way more sense. Not everything needs a dramatic plot twist. Sometimes the simplest explanation is the real one. Ariana doesn't want to push through high-pressure work without Cynthia, because Cynthia helps her stay calm and grounded. One side is shouting control, while the other side is seeing comfort, and honestly, the truth probably sits way closer to that second one. But of course, the internet refuses to let anything stay wholesome. Now, people are twisting their closeness into some dark, emotional saga, acting like two women can't rely on each other unless they're both deeply damaged. Fans are tossing around the phrase trauma bond, like it's a meme instead of a serious term that shouldn't be used lightly. It has gotten to the point where any sign of real care or emotional support is treated like a psychological case study. And the wild part is, none of us actually know what Ariana is going through behind closed doors. We have no idea what pressure she's carrying, what stress she's managing, or what she needs in order to stay steady and show up for herself. So before everybody starts diagnosing her with some dangerous dependency, maybe people should chill for a second. And here's the part everyone keeps skipping. Ariana choosing rest doesn't have to be a scandal at all. She's been grinding for more than a decade under non-stop pressure, and Eternal Sunshine wasn't just another album drop. That project came after one of the hardest stretches of her life, and she poured her whole spirit into it. Then you add filming Wicked, the press tours, the rehearsals, the breath control training, the tight schedules, the expectations. Of course, her body and mind are gonna hit a point where they say, pause. But instead of letting her rest, the internet is out here spinning whole stories like she's trapped in some dramatic situation. The way some people talk, you would think Ariana is being held hostage by friendship instead of just trying to protect her peace while recovering from being sick. And it doesn't help that every time a woman shows vulnerability in the industry, the world acts like it's a weakness instead of a normal human reaction.
Cynthia Erivo lost her voice and announced that she won't be doing any interviews for the Wicked for Good premiere. Ariana Grande announced that in solidarity, she won't be taking any interviews.
Convince these two have trauma bonded, and it's not just all of the interviews where they just break out crying and they're constantly trying to comfort each other, as well as their matching tattoos. You just have to think about being in the movie industry, and I think this movie took over a year to record because of they did part 1 and part 2. And so you have to think about all of the long hours, all of the sacrifice.
Ariana takes a step back, and suddenly everyone's like, she's fading, she's being controlled, she's not the same. When really she's doing something she hasn't always been allowed to do. Slow down and breathe. That alone is powerful. And Cynthia being there doesn't take away from that, it adds to it. Some people have support systems, some don't, and the ones who've never had someone show up for them are always the loudest about how weird it looks when someone else actually does. It's not manipulation, it's community, and Ariana deserves that just like anyone else. And let's talk about the industry pressure that barely gets mentioned. When you're a superstar, your every move becomes public property for people who don't even know you. Fans want perfection, media wants a headline, critics want proof you're still worth it, and strangers online think they're qualified to judge your emotional life off one red carpet clip. Ariana has been dealing with all that noise since she was a teenager. That kind of spotlight changes the way you breathe, the way you move, the way you protect yourself. So if she's sticking close to the person who makes her feel grounded while she's battling exhaustion and recovering from being sick, that's not concerning. That's survival. Plus, this whole Cynthia has too much influence theory falls apart the minute you remember Ariana has always been the one calling her own shots. She changed her entire career lane more than once, stood up to networks, reshaped her sound, fought for her mental health, took breaks when she needed them, and came back stronger every time. Ariana has never been easily controlled, not by the industry, not by fans, not by public pressure. So acting like Cynthia suddenly has some mysterious hold over her is just another exaggerated storyline the internet built out of thin air. At the end of the day, none of us know what Ariana truly needs right now, but if rest, recovery, and sticking close to someone who gives her real support is what helps her stay okay, then that shouldn't be a scandal. It should be respected. Not every solid bond comes from trauma. Sometimes it comes from trust, from feeling seen, from finally having someone who understands you without you having to explain every little thing. In a world that expects you to keep it together every single day, having that kind of connection is rare, and it shouldn't be treated like a red flag. If that closeness makes some people uncomfortable, that discomfort doesn't belong to Ariana or Cynthia at all. It belongs to the audience trying to force a darker storyline onto something that doesn't need one. So now I want to hear what you think about all this. If you see it another way, say it loud. Drop your take in the comments because this conversation is nowhere near done. The internet keeps spinning theories, people keep choosing sides, and until someone truly close to them steps in with real insight, we're all stuck circling around the same question that refuses to disappear. Is Cynthia actually controlling Ariana? Or are the fans the ones controlling the whole narrative with their own projections and assumptions?